tools. But some other legends just have like the capability. Ragnar doesn't have something that he's gonna do to you that like you ever feel like you got robbed. Really,
I mean, he's got guitars.
He's got guitars, but then like in the same vein, it used to be, oh my God, the Spitfire is so sick. The Spitfire is so sick. And then Lin Fei dropped, and then I was like, the Spitfire's cool, I guess. It's like, definitely still a very solid, good legend, but always happy to see it. I think his neutral sig on Axe is still one of the best in the game.
One of the best landing tools, so you can shark with it very well. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Yeah, I guess when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, Ragnar's signatures do exactly what you expect them to do, and the counterplay is very straightforward as well. And that is, I think, very true for you. He's a very solid character who's easy to pick up and also easy to, well, I'd say easy to play against.
Right,
relatively. I mean, we're seeing Tiger go down there pretty quickly to Yunpyo's Ragnar. And the Plum on the Barossa, which is, if you're going to pick a Blasters Legend in doubles, I feel like one of the staple picks to really go for. I say that with a grain of salt because there's not too many Blasters players in general in singles or doubles, so we don't get to see them very often despite that. But, wow, Yunpyo really going out there.
Oh,
and he got the dare to weapon throw. Can't get the ground pound, and Tiger actually saves his teammate on the way back. But really strong start here for the blue team.
Okay, yeah, no, that was very, very strong. I mean, Yunpyo, honestly, show me what's up with this Ragnar. I mean, a lot of it is mainly just what Katars do.
Yeah.
But
when you were talking about, like, well, Ragnar's really too awesome. Like, well, he's got guitars.
Yeah, that's always, if the weapon's relevant, Ragnar is. It's one of those for sure. Oh, man, nice little chop there.
Yeah, especially if you're one of the rare few who actually prefers to play guitars in doubles, which I feel like a lot of guitar mains actually don't. But yeah, Ragnar's a great option because Axe has never really fallen off the radar when it comes to just being that nice, like, I need a strong hit move in 2v2s to hit off my teammate's attacks weapon. It's perfect for that.
No, I mean, wow.
Oh, there's that Spitfire you're talking about, though. Yunpyo showing it off. Was listening. He was like, Hook, this move's good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty fast, I'm never going to argue it's not pretty fast.
And it doesn't, like, even though it travels further off stage or when you gravity cancel it, it's still pretty darn good if you hit it on the stage, too.
Right,
it's not like it spikes you. It just sends you out and knocks you out in a good way.
Oh, good chops.
Oh, the gravity cancel neutral sig and the falling Sair.
Needs a save here, I think.
Oh, he's not going to get it. Gets spiked down to that last stock demise there from that ground pound. The Plum, fantastic on the Barossa so far.
I'm like, I thought last I checked, they were doing pretty good, I thought.
They just took some quick stocks. I mean, it was like after the down sig. Oh, and he gets the alley-oop with the side air, and he slide charge side sig so hard that he just goes, you know what, I'll just fast fall off the bottom of the stage. A really dominant victory coming out there for the blue team. Plum with the Barossa getting a ton of knockouts there, too, and a really low damaging game because you were kind of like, well, what happened? It's like, well, they lost their stocks in orange. They just completely destroy them. We're going to see that was such a great idea, too, off of the gravity cancel neutral sig. It's like a Barossa staple to do these slide charge pivot neutral sigs on the way back to the stage. And then he uses that chase dodge diagonally over because Barossa turns around if he connects with the move. So like normally you can't chase dodge backwards, but if your move turns you around, you're facing the new direction, which is forward. So he doesn't have to use any of his jumps there, and it puts him in the perfect position for that Sair to punish that wake-up jump. So really impressive play from them there, and a really solid 4-stock.
Yeah, very good, just like character, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like just character awareness, I guess. Like there's just certain things that your character can do because it has certain affordances, and like that's like a very like Marth scenario right there where you have moves that turn you around and then you play off of the fact that it turns you around.
Yeah, it's an excellent usage of that. And then recovery comes through, and then there he goes in for the exhaustive recovery after that recovery, and actually maybe was playing in the sky a little too long. Because Yunpyo ends up going down to Keith's Asuri on center stage there while he was in the air, not assisting his teammate. So that falling down air tries to combo it into a recovery. Sair may have been a better play there, but he's trying to get that knockout there because I don't think Sair would have gone from that point of the stage. And that dare almost just has enough knockback to do it himself. Yunpyo going for the edge guard. Nice ground pound. Gets the chase dodge, goes right over to team combo. Keith in the D-Light recovery on the platform just barely doesn't knock out there. I know that Keith is going in on that 9 defense stance for Barossa, which is pretty interesting. I feel like people never do that. Kind of just dip out of the defense to get that extra movement speed. But I don't remember. I have to see what stat it takes out of. Because if it takes out a force, maybe that's why that delay recovery didn't do it.
Yeah, maybe just like, I don't know, I feel like defense in 2s is more valuable than speed is in 1s, you know? Like, definitely the drift matters a whole lot, especially when you're using a weapon like Axe where like you're trying to fall in and out with these Sayers, but...
And Barossa's at that speed where it matters the most. He's at that 4 speed amount, so you get up to 5, and you really feel the difference there. But you do lose the defense for it. So you go down from that 8 to that 7, so you may just not prefer that. Nice side sig.
Wow.
Try to get the extra nair on that as well. No dodge, and sweating back to the stage. Nice job pivoting with that side sig, and he goes all the way out with the neutral signature. He has to help his teammate here. Yunpyo so close to being the first out in this game. Really big change in pace from game number 1.
Ooh. And the neutral sig does come out there, and Yunpyo, I'm not even sure what happened there. They should have been able to make it back, I believe, but maybe a mismanagement of resources or a misinput. Either way, gets caught out in a huge team combo to get a lot of damage thrown on Plum, and this is not looking too hot for the blue team here.
Yeah, a great adaptation coming out from game number 1. Double recovery there on the fastball. Gets that knockout off the top. All 6 knockouts credited to Keith. Keith not happy about how that game number 1 went and said, okay, I'm going to make a difference out of here. There's a lot of moments where I feel like Plum was like doing some really crazy overextension on whoever he was attacking, and the moves weren't going to combo or hit to begin with, and then Yunpyo was just losing to Keith on center stage. And that ended up snowballing to the point where Plum was just kind of like, oh no, where's my teammate? Well, he needed help, and you weren't there to help him. And I wonder if they'll be able to adapt to that going into game number 2. And Plum actually brings out the Snake Eyes that he was hovering in game number 1, which is about as opposite of Barossa as you can get. Lots of movement speed, no defense.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little intrigued by this because I feel like, and we kind of saw this a little bit when we were watching Australia, that like Thatch, I think, is a better opening pick. You know, you kind of
than a panic pick.
Yeah, you usually start with them and then you switch rather than switching to them later. But clearly feeling a little bit more confident or just wanting to try something new.
Oh, he gave Keith the chase dodge, but then stares him anyways. But he did not have to go out for that. But yeah, I do see what you're saying. This, I think, for a Glass Cannon Legends is just a universal truth. Like, if you're planning on breaking out the Glass Cannon Legend, you tend to open with the Jala or the Thatch or the Ada or what have you, rather than bring them through as a back against the wall pick. And it's not quite back against the wall, right? This is best of 5.
And I think that's another reason why it's not so like, because it would be one thing if like you were getting completely cleaned up and you're like, I need a drastic pick here to try and bring things back.
Let me make it so there's only 3 X side airs instead of 5.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't know about that. Oh, nice avoidance on that recovery to get that rising dare.
Oh, man. Oh, nice catch there with the neutral sig. But then Plum comes back with a recovery. This is going to be a close one. I mean, Yunpyo losing the first stock there, but after everyone else did, so pretty good timing.
Plum's great with the blasters. Gets the downer with the perfect spacing there. Yunpyo gets the knockout onto Keith. Falling side air will get the knockout onto Tiger. It's now 4 stocks to 2. A lot similar to game number 1. And the Thatch is working out great. Downer into neutral light. Sure, he gets punished by a side air, but at this point, right, all the extra credit that you can get is perfect. Side air, side light means that Tiger's now deep into the yellow. This is amazing for the blue team, and Yunpyo has made a great adaptation from game number 2 into this one. And honestly, I think a lot of it is just from Plum being there for him a lot more than in the previous game. He just has the speed to do it, but he's also just changed the way that he's played too.
I think these blasters are doing a great job as well. The added force definitely being clutch. And it's just a much harder weapon to punish, you know? Like, you're doing these jump down airs. You're not going to get a beefy punish on a down air. There's just no way to do it, really. And so it's like, comes down with these falling stairs, maybe side lights. Oh, catches his partner. That might be it. Yeah, okay, no,
Plum
he comes back.
There's a risk here where Plum could actually just go down if Yunpyo messes up his edge guard here. Recovery hits him. Okay, if they get focused on Thatch here, it's a 1v2. It's a tough 1v2, but it's one that they'll fight. All right, Tiger goes down. Now it's looking a lot better for the blue team. 1v1. Keith, super damaged. Yunpyo on a fresh stock, but it is Qatar.
Jump recovery.
All right,
yep.
Nice. Neutral light and recovery. And you already knew what was happening after that neutral light comes through there. It's just such a great follow-up to that attack.
Yeah, because I think he caught him on the spot dodge. So it was like, oh, I get this for free. You don't even have to think about it.
Catch that. We'll see it in the replays in just a little bit. Love that spike right there.
Yeah, that was tough. Oh, that Sarah was so good as well.
Yeah, Plum was just so on top of being able to help out his teammate this game. Almost to a fault where like he almost went down for it. But
So you're right here, picks it up.
yeah, you're right.
Dodges to the left. Yeah, there you go. And they're just like, all right, well, I'm not going to think here. I'm just going to do the guaranteed thing.
Well, the thinking was done the second he used his eyeballs to see the dodge.
Yeah,
right? And that
facts.
separates the good players from the great players. Is he went for that jump recovery there because that dodge was gone, and Tiger switches over to the Koji for game number 3. And I mean, I was talking about Ada as this is another 3 defense Blasters legend. All right, let's see.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Ada is objectively good.
I mean,
I think
and
she's
every
strong.
single pro player has said this as well, and I still never see Ada picked.
Yeah,
but
they're just
I do agree with that. Like on paper, Ada's got some really great stats and some really great weapons and some really great signatures.
Yeah, I think the one that, people usually don't love as much is maybe that Blaster's down sig, but I'd argue that it's also really good.
Would have been better there than that side sig in that situation.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't have gotten the KO, but, especially in a game for 2v2s, like, there's so much time on that down sig that if you want to combo off of it, I'm sure the world is yours.
Yeah, that I absolutely agree with you, and that's typically how a lot of signatures that have a long animation time tend to play out in doubles, where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, suddenly this move has a purpose.
Right, yeah.
That neutral sig spikes in the same way that Yunpyo spikes, but that one actually knocks out. Nice shot with a dare coming through, and they turn into a team combo despite a little bit of friendly fire there, and blue team ends up bringing the lead back, albeit barely. Plum went down pretty early on and could go down early again. That was spooky.
Yeah, that Sarah from Tiger just not quite able to connect. Tiger, honestly, I'm going to take a look at how Tiger's doing because I feel like I haven't given him enough time in this set to really see what's cooking. But I'm looking over, and he's just getting hit over and over.
I have admittingly been focusing a lot on Plum's Blasters just because he plays in such a way where it's like, all right, you don't care who you're fighting. You're going to go for as many dares as they let you hit. He went for 4 in a row there, and 2 of them did connect. Keith goes down, and Tiger on the Koji gets that side sig, just lets it rip off right away, and the clash with the spear recovery was really risky. Clashes with, almost gets caught by the gravity cancel neutral signature there as well.
Oh, that's going to be a good catch. Should be a KO. A ground pound. Was that chase dodge right? Ground pound. Oh, no, Tiger, be careful.
Yeah, Plum does have the dodge, makes it back. That Nair ends up catching both of them. Let's see who goes down first, Tiger or Plum. This is a pretty close game 4. Oh, and Yunpyo goes down like yellow flambeau. That's crazy. And then Plum goes down as well, just like that. That's what I get for saying it was a close game 4. Suddenly we have ourselves in a 2v1 with the lowest defense legend in the game.
I feel like
It's on the defense stance, but
Plum can do it if they get a weapon. Oh, they burned a lot of jumps trying to get over that. Yeah,
that game just ended immediately. The second that I said it was close, they were like,
I mean, look at the damage across the board. No one hit 400.
Yeah, that was incredible. Like, look at this. The game state here, blue team's in the lead. We're going to see what Yunpyo had 0 damage on it. 0 damage when he went down. That's why when I looked at that, I was like, what? How did that happen? I just got finished saying it was close. He just dipped down underneath the stage, and that's the power of Katars, right? You could get that one rising nair that catches that dodge up or that jump up, get the stuff recovery as well because you buffer a few inputs, and just like that, you're not playing the game anymore.
Yeah, and it's like at that point, if you're Yunpyo, you got to be like, I shouldn't have been over there.
That's all you could think.
You shouldn't have been over there. You had a full stock. You're probably, and that's the thing. That's what entices you into thinking it's a good idea. I got a full stock. I don't really like, if I get hit here, I can get back pretty easily. I'm not going to have that much hit stun. But it's also like, if you got a full stock and you're in the lead, just stay on stage.
Right. And they didn't even need to play in a way to go for those high-risk, low-reward scenarios.
Right.
Because that's really what it was. So I'm certain he's thinking about that. As they're going into this game number 5 here, because the loser of this is out of the championship. Winner of this goes into top 3 into that elimination final. So let's see who does it. That neutral air ends up hitting both Keith and Plum. First stock hasn't gone to either team so far. Red team looks like they're poised to take the lead here, but really it's just whoever gets the next strong hit.
Oh, and you can see Plum trying to throw out these side signatures on Spear. That was a great weapon toss, though, to go ahead and snatch that one, but this is going to be interesting. I mean, Tiger and KeiththePooPoo seem to be doing the best that they can. to go ahead and bring this all the way back, and they're looking like they're able to do it. They look a lot more poised. I mean, I will say, like,
Tiger has been really leveling up in this
Yeah.
game 5. Almost all the damage that's been done to the blue team here has been off of this first stock of his. He finally, I thought, goes down to the X neutral light, but he makes it back. What he's got to be careful about, though, is that if he's getting knocked back by these light attacks and spending 5 to 8 seconds getting back to stage, he's got to watch out for the health of his teammate Keith, because Keith took a ton of damage while he was recovering from that X neutral light. Here so far, it looks like it's totally worth it, though. And he's putting out strong hits because, like, I mean, why not? If it works, it works. If he goes down, he gets a fresh stock.
Yeah, no, the blue team definitely struggling in this game 5, trying to bring it back. But honestly, Tiger's looking like very hard to beat right now. And Keith is just following up off of every blow. I mean, look at Tiger, gets that recovery from up top. And then now you see Yunpyo trying to go low here. And a nice little punish. Oh, they almost got a conversion there.
That was so sick. Yeah, and you saw that Plum was ready for that with that side air facing the other way. Just mistimed it. Oh, no.
Oh, we good. We good.
Oh,
maybe not.
Okay, Keith gets up the grab, but they're both. They look at both of them like, okay, what are you guys doing? Oh, he gets the recovery. I thought he was going to go for the double, honestly.
This is not good.
That was a double.
This is not good.
Gravity catch him again.
Okay, nice chase dodge.
Okay, ground pound whiffs. Plum makes it back, gets the ground pound himself. Now Tiger, the only one with 2 stocks on the screen. Plum is severely damaged, Lambo. This is exactly why you're saying, like, when you go for these 3 defense legends, you usually bring them at the start. But I mean, that's just a risk that you take when you're going for all those other stats.
Yeah, now you're at tournament stock. And you got this 3 defense legend. Every time you get hit, it cuts that much deeper. The recovery almost enough to get a reversal here on Tiger. Oh, man, they are struggling, and you don't touch the stage. That's not what you want if you are Le Plum, and that should be more or less it for this set. We'll see if Yunpyo can bring this back, and Tiger says no.
Yeah, ground pound comes through, and Tiger was really at the start of the show there, and you kind of foreshadowed that in the game before that. We were like, you know, I haven't really been looking at Tiger. I haven't seen what he's cooking. And, well, he went into games 4 and 5 on the Koji, just played better and better until it was in that game 5 where he was up 2 stocks the entire time, doing the bulk of the damage. Even when he had a lot of damage himself, these ground pounds working off stage.